Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters, who are ready now to perform. So it's down to business here. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Yeah, Marquinhos. He's one of the toughest and most competitive centre-backs in the business. He's the kind of player you can rely on to always be just where you need him, making a vital interception or just making life difficult for the opposition to get through. And that's a very valuable characteristic.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Rummenigge. Now it's Neymar. Dani Olmo. Gilberto Silva. And it's Marquinhos. Passing is crisp and sharp, and that interception was most necessary. Stood up well to him there.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Gilberto Silva. Pinches it off him. Dani Olmo. Gilberto Silva. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, that's well spotted. Gilberto Silva. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And here's Torres. Played back in. Torres! Goal, Italy! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Rummenigge is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Great vision. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Italy disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency. And it's Fernando Torres. Dani Olmo, Fernando Torres. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. And that is going to be the final action of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. Barcelona.
Well, obviously things are not good, Peter. It seems the team were just a bit too busy playing within themselves. Too tentative. They have to improve and make it fast.
And the game has already resumed here.
Barcelona really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
Hakimi. Ronaldo has created one goal already. It's a pretty loose pass. Rummenigge! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Rummenigge actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Barcelona with the corner, they're first. Kachu! Oh, nearly, but nearly is nothing.
That is a really good chance missed, Peter. Certainly the way he's been playing.
Down by a goal, needing to go up a gear. That's how it looks here. Now it's Neymar. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Looking for options for movement. Oh, important interception.
Barcelona really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Ronaldo. Now it's Torres. Now it's Bale. Now it's Dani Olmo. Played back towards his own goal. And it's Hakimi. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there'll be no accusations of a lack of effort.
He's had a shot! Rummenigge, always looking for that half a chance. Barcelona do have a chance to counter here. Nice interception, well timed. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Well, that is one way to stop him.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Dani Olmo. No, not quite on the same wavelength.
Substitution for Italy, number 18.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
15, Fernando Torres. Number 14, Bale. Coming on the field, number 30, Messi. Number 9,
Cherki.
Martinez.
And here's Del Piero. Plenty of appeals, but the referee is not interested. Messi. And here's Owen, and he cuts out the supply.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
2 added minutes has been
Now it's
indicated.
Martinez. 2 minutes to be added on. Tries to pass it through. That is a great... And Martinez! They've scored! 2 to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. And it didn't take him long, just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist.
And there goes the final whistle. Barcelona were a team not short on effort, but ultimately they were found wanting when it mattered. That is simply not how you go about winning. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening, and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and it's my chance to say that it is an absolute delight to have Jim Beglin beside me.
Glad to be here, Peter, and I'm ready to rumble.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here, the supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. And that's gone loose. Schneider did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. That's a good ball out wide. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
It's Neymar!
Neymar really had a clever trick to shake off his opponent then, but he's left shaking his own head in disappointment.
Over to the other side. Barcelona have had plenty of possession, but few, if any, genuine chances. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Always onto this. Rijkaard deals with that comfortably. Pedri. That's a little off target. Irwin goes on a run down the left wing. Fermin will not want to lose out. Fermin! Oh, belter! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Barcelona are in front. Barcelona have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
No, he wasn't being taken in by that trickery. And it's Lopez. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's gone for goal! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Fermin really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
It's Asa! Goal! They're level in a trice!
Well, if ever you want to see a lesson in responding to a deficit, that's it. Their heads didn't drop, and now their chins are up.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Such a big goal, Peter. Just when the opposition thought they could turn the screw, they're back to square one again. The manager will be absolutely delighted with such a response.
Son Heung-min attempts a clearance. Szoboszlai! It's loose now and they want to get it back. And he's had a hit! Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
It's their second corner of the game. He gets big! It's run loose, who's going to get there? And that was very necessary.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Goes for a shot! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Can he get on the end of this? Decent chance! A decent effort as the first half draws to a close. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. So all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. Milan get the ball rolling in the second half.
Barcelona are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time team talk.
Well, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. Now that looks a decent ball. Hazard picks it up out wide. Oh, such a clever touch. That is great defending, so alert. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Well, the box was just so...
Can he finish? Oh, the ball's run loose here. Fermin really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
Neither of these two want to come off second best. Oh, he's going to be pulled back for that one. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Pedri, Schneider, it's Schneider! Oh, another save. Milan are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan.
Pau Kubasi spots it and intercepts. Szoboszlai, and it's Neymar. He's dribbled past his man here. Szoboszlai! It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Oh, what has happened here? Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. He's on it. Can he get away?
Barcelona really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Lopez, he's having a go! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
It's a very watchable game, isn't it? Any goal from here could well be the winner.
Now try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. And here's Son Heung-min, who played through for the wide man. And he's had it nicked away. Now it's Neymar. Mateus, Irwin, tries to pass it through. It'll be a throw-in. Great ball, and he's in here, has a shot! Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
And this is the big chance.
Well, it's quite simple. They have the best man for the job on it.
For Barcelona, number 25, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Number 18, Szoboszlai. Number 16, Fermin. Number 14, Neymar. Number 4, Mateus. Coming on the field, number 8, Dennis
Del
Lowe.
Piero!
Number 15,
Oh, the keeper's had to be at his best. That was a wicked hit.
Oh, that was stunning. He judged that beautifully. It's make or break time now, and they're all headed for the penalty box. Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Nicely aimed pass. A good watch, a really good watch. Both sides toiling to try and outthink, outsmart each other. But it wasn't to be, and they're all square. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, a decent draw, Peter, with a good mix of action and plenty of talking points, and it ended with the right result.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter, and may I say a big hello to everyone.
Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Goes for the shot! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. David Villa. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Now it's Lopez. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, the winger Lee Kang-in is a very interesting player, Peter, because there's something almost unique about the way he dribbles, the close ball control, the ability to break those lines. Easily one of the best prospects to emerge out of South Korea in recent times.
Rummenigge! Goal! Barcelona! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, and just as the manager's been reminding his players, this is the time where they can't afford to let their focus slip.
Tries to play it through. Lovely feet. It's Inzaghi! Vermin. Baresi gets a foot in here. And they can counter here. Lopez. That is good strength. Fermin! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Fermin is offering a wry smile there.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. And he can clear it away. And that has left him in a heap. And now they can spring out of defence. Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Lexington clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
Knocks it into space. Barcelona looking to go into the break, 1-0 up. Kukçu is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Ronaldinho. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. That's a shade optimistic. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And there is the half-time whistle. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter, be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Barcelona are in a pretty decent position after 45 minutes. 1-0 to the good. There's the start of the second half. Barcelona carrying a one-goal lead. Looking for options for movement. Picked out brilliantly. It's Inzaghi! Oh, glorious! That is a special one! That is a gem! An absolute gem! They have come roaring back!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other. This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Passes coming off in quick succession here. Oh, that's neat. And the shot! Ronaldinho, the man we've all come to watch.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Strong running down that left flank. Now that's well seen too. Lee Kang-in. Lee Kang-in has created one goal already. Nicely weighted ball. That is good alertness. Rijkaard. Looking to pass their way through. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Xavi Alonso. And Dani Olmo. Played out wide. Finding their passes. And that's a good ball.
Lexington really can't be faulted for their attitude, and if they go on to win this, it'll be fully deserved.
Fermin! Oh, it's hit the post! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Fermin has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
No, he's not getting his way this time. And it's Lopez. Inzaghi. Lee Kang-in. It's a searching pass.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Dani Olmo plays the game a step ahead of almost it. And there goes the final whistle. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a winner. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anti-climactic.
Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for that, Peter. Hi everyone. The excitement has really picked up now and I'm eager for the action to start.
And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Things have got underway here pretty promptly.
Steven Gerrard is capable of taking a game by the scruff of the neck and anywhere he wants after that.
Yeah, one way or another he'll contribute to the scoring of a goal.
Yeah, and when the going gets tough, tough seems to come easy for him.
Caceres just loves to go forward whenever he can. Now it's Szoboszlai. And the shot! Gerrard. Scholes. And it's Fernando Torres. Mateus kept his eye on it, and he's there. Good ball, good take. Still goalless. Scholes. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Yamal, a player who needs no introduction. Now it's Hullet. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. Caceres. Oh, that pass isn't the best. That is a jarring tackle, but apparently nothing wrong with it. And he's there to make the challenge. Some excellent tackling here, and that one a perfect example. Short changes him with that pass. That's a lovely, neat pass. Irwin. And here's Neymar. To Chiellini. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
Rummenigge really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Scholes. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off.
Szoboszlai! It's hit the upright. Worth a try, but not this time.
Yeah, quick thinking and the right choice for me, but that was difficult to get right.
Nice physical challenge. That's a cute ball. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
That's a good ball. Oh, look at the shot, surely! Big moment, massive goal!
Well, players of his stature just live for moments like that.
Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Haven't played that badly. Getting caught again on the counter-attack is unlikely. They're switched on to that, and still very much in this game.
Barcelona are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. And the second half gets underway.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up.
He's having a shot! In he goes again. It's in! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Barcelona are now... And a chance! And it's there! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Welcome to the reality of modern football, Peter. You get pressed from the front and you have no time on the ball whatsoever. You can't afford to switch off for a moment.
Big header! And yes, it's there! Not once, not twice, but 3 times. He has never had enough. He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that.
Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. The referee's come over. It's a red card. Well, this is worrying. He is not the sort of player who tends to stay down. So seemingly that was deemed a denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, it's never nice to see something like that, is it? But that's what it says in the letter of the law. He's got to go.
Szoboszlai, ready to try one. Szoboszlai! Superb from Szoboszlai! About as smooth as it gets. They are getting horribly bullied, and it seems there is plenty more to come. That was beautiful. Something close to genius.
Well, he made it look effortless. Clearly a training ground perfectionist.
Barcelona are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to call.
Great chance! It's in! And the chasm continues to widen. A brutal statement that underpins where these teams are at.
Some of those players look totally lost out there now, Peter, and you can't blame them.